She needs to have somebody by her side to feel loved, even if the love is fake.
At least I'm loved.
I know I don't have self-respect.
Said you didn't have any self-respect. You don't have to. I can fucking feel it.
But she cannot say no to people who are even hurting her. Love. Welcome, my royal babes, back to my channel. This is your Queen Angel. Let's get right into the video. People were wondering why she would go for Nate, her best friend's ex-boyfriend. But then Cassie went through a very traumatic situation. Like she had to go through abortion and feeling like she's losing her boyfriend, McKay.
I really love you, McKay.
It's easy when you go through such a thing to rebound or make wrong decisions. So she felt like her world was crashing down. And that's when that crazy guy Daniel also said that guys who only want her for her body and nothing else.
Any guy who says he's interested in you beyond just fucking you is full of shit.
So I felt like that may have been the reason, but let's watch and see. Cassie was outside and I think she was drunk already. And then Nate came and then he was trying to talk to her, saying she's the girlfriend type. Even though he has been sharing her nudes and talking about how she's a whore or whatever. Oh, but she's the girlfriend type.
I was trying to focus on myself.
What?
Trying to focus on myself.
Because I keep making mistakes.
This is the devil. If she had literally just focused on herself and healed. Guys, that's why the healing period is important. But she basically rebounded and made even more mistakes, like she keeps saying. That she keeps making mistakes. The car is going fast like her life, basically. Just fast. I'm quite sure removing her pants. She thinks sex is the only way to gain love. Like if you see my Cassie video part 1, you understand. And he was going so speed. I don't know if that fueled something in her or made her feel rebellious. And Nate was also her boyfriend's best friend. Oh, this is just messed up. She and Nate went to the bathroom to finish off wherever they started.
So disgusting.
And then Maddy was banging on the door because she wanted to get in and wee. And it was so crazy. Like if she had just made even a pin, Maddy would have found out and it would have ended here. And Nate was keeping her quiet. Well,
What are you fucking doing?
she just kept banging. This scene was so scary. I was like, what? Cassie is literally dead. When Nate got hurt, the way if I was Maddy, I would have been like, girl, why are you being all into him? Like, he's my man.
With Maddy,
Why are you
was always
like
gay.
so sad?
Cassie was the opposite.
Like literally, you would think it's sister wives. What is this?
Maddy brought out the worst
Because
in him.
with how Nate talks about Cassie, I'm surprised Maddy did not question it. And then when he got beaten, look at her face. Just because she slept with him once. Oh God. She was already attached over here.
She would have brought out the best in him. What was it about Cassie Howard that allowed Nate to fully surrender? Underestimated her.
Cassie brings the best out in him compared to Maddy, who brings the worst. He started with, you're able to do this and not tell anybody. So basically like a sneaky link, a secret.
Yes.
So because it was a secret,
As soon
because
as
it was a
Nate
secret, like she keeps crying that she feels like she's going to kill herself because she cannot tell anybody.
Take a deep breath. Nate, I'm legit going crazy right now. You can't do this to me.
So now she feels like she's going to kill herself, and now he's in anguish and pain and he has to listen to all this. At this point, she wants to be his woman so badly, so she does not have to feel like, oh, she's a mistress or concubine and sneaking under the covers or whatsoever. So he was like, Maddy would actually kill her. So he was like, she will spend the rest of her life trying to kill me, but she will kill you.
She's gonna spend the rest of her life trying to kill me.
Putting even more fear in Cassie. I think this was a way to prevent her from speaking. And she was just living in fear. Like, that's why just a moment of pleasure can cause a lifetime of pain. That saying is so true. Because what is this? Fearful, panicky. And she keeps thinking of how she would lose him too, because obviously he became her whole world. She has lost her best friend. She has lost her boyfriend. She has lost her friend. She cannot talk to anybody. Even her family seems to be against her now.
I ruined my entire life for you.
And now if he turns his back on her, just like the dad did, then what's she going to do? And Cassie, like I said in the previous season, she's a girl that craves love. She wants to find love and attention. She wants to be validated because she didn't get that from her dad. So she will look for it anywhere.
She fell in love with every guy she ever dated, whether they were smart or stupid
Like
or sweet,
literally,
or
it
didn't
could have
matter.
been anybody who came to her on the stairway when she was so devastated, and she would have given in because she cannot say no, because saying no is like saying no to love. So he's being Nate because he's the hot guy in town. He made her feel, oh, then she's also equivalent to him, like she's also the hot girl in town kind of thing. But it didn't matter who came to her at that point because she was so down in the dumps.
Oh, I wish that things could be different.
Oh, I wish things could be different. He's putting things in her head that, oh, she's thinking, oh, maybe he wants to
What
change.
happened between us was a mistake. You know, we never should have did what we did.
Oh, and now he's changing it. It was a mistake. He put in her head saying, I wish things could be different. She's happy. And now it's a mistake. See, she's running away. It's very manipulative. So saying it's a mistake, it's like calling her a mistake. Like, girl, this is giving easy. This guy literally called you a mistake. Yet, you are still giving it up to him. Like, like she's traumatized. For real, she's traumatized from her abortion, from her dad and the rest. But girl, have some self-control. Like, I'm not trying to shame her, but she has a brain on her own. It's not always he's manipulating her. Yeah, he's manipulating her too, but have some self-respect. Like, you see in other scenes that she was like, I know I don't have self-respect.
You didn't have any self-respect. You don't have to. I can fucking feel it.
But she cannot say no. She cannot say no to people who are even hurting her.
How much power you have.
What Nate was saying is so true. She doesn't know how much power she has. She does not value her cookie or her womanhood or whatever. She does not know the power that she has with it, and that's why she keeps throwing it to everybody just to have some love.
Are you ever gonna look Maddy in the eye again?
And now he's saying, how are you ever going to look at Maddy in the eye? What about you? Yeah, they were doing all things. That's all their relationship about. Last sex. Now she's spending 3 hours just to get him to notice her.
She only thought about one thing.
Changing to be different people that she's not. And when he doesn't notice her, she becomes devastated. Like, this whole scene was such an icon. I love the hair though. She's like, how are you not seeing me? I took 3 hours.
I didn't notice her.
And he's pretending. Like, this is all push and pull, push and pull, push and pull. He's pretending not to see her. By doing that, it keeps her chasing. Like, people keep chasing things that they cannot have or things they don't have. So he wants her to keep chasing. He likes the attention. Nate, she knew he's manipulative. She knew he was cruel. He was abusive. Yet, because she was so traumatized, she was going to put up with it and think she can be the special one to change him.
I really truly love you. Out of sight, out of mind.
Telling him that she was his.
Finally noticed her because she's dressed like Maddy. 3 hours getting ready for a guy. Can you relate? I think I can relate, but not 3 hours. But imagine, I don't know why she's happy. He only notices you when he's dressed like your best friend, his ex.
My class is why then?
So they were basically meeting like every Friday, and then Nate abandoned her for Maddy.
I would have known you were gonna get back together. I wouldn't have done this.
That's a lie.
It's not.
She's like, if I knew you wouldn't have gotten back together, I wouldn't have done this. The thing is that he said it's a lie, but at that point she was looking for love anywhere, and she continued to do it because she was already attached. You know, after they became together, sexual soul ties, whatever, emotional bonds, she was already attached. And when you go through traumatic experiences or like you break up with somebody or whatever, it just makes you want the thing that you did not have from that person, so you send it to another person. So like with me, in one of my situationships, when I broke things off with that guy because he was good for nothing, I was talking to somebody, and then the person, I was trying to continue on what I lost from that situationship. I was trying to continue the way we spoke with the other guy. So it was like not starting from scratch, it was like continuing. So that's why rebound is. So that's what she's doing. She basically was rebounding, and she could have rebounded with anybody. It's being Nate made it better because it was like, oh, I got Maddy. Maddy is supposed to be the 8th girl of the school. So if I've gotten Maddy's man, then it has made me the 8th girl. And so now I have some kind of self-worth if he is attracted to me, even though he kept saying all these mundane things about me.
But it's bullshit.
Sweet and
You're a
innocent.
fucking
Is that not what
sweet
you're attracted
person.
to?
You wouldn't have fucked your friend's boyfriend.
What? What about you? You went to sleep with your ex-girlfriend or girlfriend's best friend. What does that make you? I hate how manipulative he is and how he just pins it on her.
I don't care how angry Maddy gets. You two shouldn't be together. You're toxic.
How would you know?
Because she's my best friend and I'm in a relationship with you. She's not good for you. You're not good for her, and I will do everything I can to prevent it.
Maddy, that's literally fucking insane.
Cassie,
So he was talking with Cassie, but then he brought Maddy's name. He called Cassie Maddy.
fucking crazy.
So why are you
Maddy
still
is,
with
but you
him?
can't seem to
Why are you
fucking
still with him,
comprehend.
girl?
You don't understand.
Like, this is
Nate.
embarrassing.
I am crazier. You know what's fucked up, Nate? You telling me that you love me and then going and being in a relationship with my best friend.
What? He said the same to your best friend, yet you knew he was a liar. You knew he manipulative, he's crazy, he's mean. Okay.
I'm gonna head out. Happy birthday.
Why? Don't go.
And then at Maddy's birthday, he was all over Maddy. Even though I thought they were supposed to have broken up, he was telling all these sweet nothings to Maddy. And look at Cassie. The girl is going mad. I just literally... No, what did they expect? At least don't do anything with Maddy. So here he was showering in the pool with Maddy.
Happy birthday. Thank you. I'm so glad you guys are back together. Ew.
We're not back together.
You're not?
No.
I mean, I was gonna say no, but why are you saying no?
But we're not back together. Yet.
I mean, why not just say we're working it out?
You literally...
You see, this is why I don't believe you when you make all these promises and you're like, oh, let's get back together. You're the only person in the world I care about. You're a goddess and it's my fault for not treating you like a goddess. I promise, Maddy, I'll change, I'll grow, I'll be better. I don't deserve you, but I love you. Please, when I go to college, move with me, marry me, have my babies.
He vomited all over the pool and now he's crying.
I'm so sorry.
Like, what a humiliation. He literally does not care. He brought towels to wipe Maddy. Like, this guy. It's like he wants what he cannot have. He knows he can have Cassie at any time. And now, right now that he does not have Maddy, he's going for her. This is once I was like, go girl. His I love you did not do anything to it.
I love you.
She just left. Like, she wants that love. The love of God. That's what she's looking for. The unconditional love. Somebody who will always be there for her.
Aren't you afraid people are gonna look down on you?
At least I'm loved.
So why did Nate overlook Cassie? Because she's the so-called whore. And because she was not the it girl. Maddy was the it girl. So of course he would want to go for a girl on his caliber or whatever. Because even in the cheerleading scenes, Cassie, like, she was mixed with all the other girls. Maddy was the one who stood out. So of course he wants the girl that everyone wants. The girl everybody wants to be like.
Wait, when have you ever been single?
You see, when have you ever been single? She has never been single. And people like that, it's like they want love so badly that they cannot stay on their own. Being on their own is like, oh, nobody wants me, nobody loves me, I cannot be on my own, it means I've lost. And then we have people who are forever single because they are afraid of the company of others. Me. But I'm not going, I'm healing. I am healed in Jesus' name. So yeah. So she always needs to have company. She needs to have somebody by her side to feel loved, even if the love is fake. And that's why I say she needs the love of God. Because God's love is unconditional. No matter what, He's there for you. But that does not mean keep on sinning. Of course, you have to repent and accept God's love so you can also love Him back. So it can actually be a relationship. Because human love is fickle. Even though her father did not give her the love that she needs, even if her father was there, her father cannot always have that unconditional love. It can go down, it can go up, because that's human beings for you. So the love that she needs is the love of God.
Journey next year. Bitch, I don't believe a word you're saying. Why? Because you love to be loved.
They love to be loved.
Nate sent me
the most beautiful text this morning. She's like, really? Let me see.
What are you saying?
Like, you cannot even be happy for your friend. To be honest, being with Nate is nothing to be happy about. But she's just wanting to hear it or listen so that she will feel like, oh, Nate is saying it to me. Like, this is This is literally a frenemy. She could kill Maddy at this point, and it's scary. It's so scary. I've had a lot of frenemy kind of people, and it's so scary, especially if she also wants your man. At least you should have taken her distance away from Maddy. But she couldn't get her distance away from Maddy, because if she gets her distance, Maddy will suspect something, and she will not know the details about where Nate is and how she can get to glance at him or scheme or whatever. And she wouldn't have told Maddy. If Rue didn't come clean, she would have never told Maddy.
Why do you look like that?
Like what?
Like a country music star.
In a good way or a bad way?
You better be joking. Are you okay, Kat?
No! Yeah, I'm in love with
Like she just wants to get it out. That's why she's daydreaming things like this. I'm in love with Nate Davis and he loves me too, blah blah blah. She just wants to get it out already. These are one of the scenes where she's dressing ways that she thinks Nate will like. So she cannot be herself, because she feels like herself is not enough. Nate does not like her. So she has to be other people or try to be others for Nate to notice her. But until she dressed like Maddy, that's when Nate was like, oh, I want you. Because he wants Maddy. Imagine the hatred she must actually be feeling towards Maddy. Because Maddy has what she doesn't have.
I hate it. Really? Yeah. I think Nate really fucked me up. What do you
Of
mean?
course Nate messed her up.
I keep trying to figure out if I feel worse now than I did when I
Nate
was
made her
with
feel
Nate.
like she had no self-love.
But when it was bad,
And
was it
you
really
see, she said when
bad?
it was that bad, was it really that bad? Of course, women, we tend to fantasize relationships or ex-relationship or whatever. We're like, oh, is it that bad? And I've done that a lot. Like, I'm like, is it really that bad? Maybe we can make it work. But if it didn't work, there's a reason why it didn't work. Move on. You deserve better. Seriously, Maddy, you deserve better. You deserve better. Angel, you deserve better. Because if you had to quit things, there's a reason. So if you keep thinking, oh, was it that bad? Then maybe it was that bad. Like, don't go back to something that God has delivered you from. This is your word for today.
Am I just telling myself that because I'm lonely and bored? No, you deserve someone who's
Cassie was saying it for her.
and loving.
So you know
Can't wait
Nate
to
is not
see
all
you
these
who-
things. Why are you with him?
Who you're not gonna fight with and just gonna
See,
love
but
you, like-
sometimes we just, I want to say we can't help who we love, but that's nonsense. Love is a choice. But I guess we can't help who we are attached to. When we are attached to somebody, at the beginning, they won't show us that they are wicked or bad or whatever. And then you get attached and you're like, oh, how do I detach? Like, imagine Maddy not knowing anything. Like, how? It must be so much resentment in Cassie not to tell Maddy. This is Maddy's birthday, by the way. So this is when Rue saw that they were having a thing. Like this, all their relationship was last sex. So honest, Maddy and him too, their relationship was like that. But this, there's nothing there. They don't talk about anything but from Maddy and sex. Look at her face. They must think she's the villain in this or whatever, or she. Oh, your best friend, oh, best friend. And Maddy was okay with her, even though she was so boy craving. I mean, boy crazed. She was like, oh, at least not my man. Now look. So guys, be careful of the character of your friends too. Like, no, it can be you. Rue was on drugs. If you want to see my analysis on Rue and her drug addiction, please click the link above. Cassie bringing herself in the situation. Like, girl, you have your own things.
Hey, Cass.
Yeah?
I have a quick question for you. How long have you been fucking Nate Jacobs?
Ha!
What are you talking about?
How long have you been fucking?
The mother is astonished.
I'm
Wait,
not.
what? Okay, her sister's
I'm
face.
not. What are you talking about?
Oh, I saw her get in this truck and then
What are you
drive
talking about?
off. That was like what, like a month ago.
Are you kidding me? Cass, that's like
She can't stop.
really bad.
Are you kidding me?
Fucking Nate?
This is
Are
what
you
got
kidding
says
me?
until marriage. Oh. If everybody was waiting until marriage, would this
I
happen?
don't even know why she would say that. You're lying.
She's the one crying.
Ex-boyfriend, I'm okay.
She's the one
Literally
crying,
gonna
even
get
though
fined.
she's
You're
sleeping with her
the
boyfriend.
one who's hurt. The most self-centered, idiotic person I have ever met.
Since 9th grade. And now, yeah, 18. So how many years is that? Somebody calculate it because I'm not sure about it. US system thingy. After they found out, Maddy kept banging on Cassie's door, saying that she should tell her if it was worth it and things like that.
Open the door
Cassie would
and
not
tell me
reply.
if it's worth it. You owe me that. Open the fucking door, Cassie! What kind of fucking friend are you? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. He put me through hell and now he's with my fucking best friend. Like, when is it gonna end? I would have never done this to you.
And then she became Nate's girlfriend. I don't even know. She was basically taking Maddy's place. Like, this is just so sad. Maddy was like, she looks like the part because she was literally looking like Maddy. Because Nate has a certain way he wants his woman to look like, very hyper feminine, to contrast his masculine behaviors. But he has his own things going on, being attracted to Jews. I spoke about her and in another video. And yeah, I don't even know why she's trying to defend herself to her family when they did not even ask for it.
Well, you're not the good guy.
Ah, that's for sure.
Everyone thinks that I was hooking up with
Well,
Nate
you're
when
not a
he and
good
Maddy
guy.
were still together, but that's not accurate. There was no
That's for
crossover.
sure.
Cassie, please, just a little bit of peace, please.
But Rue made it sound like
3
we were
weeks
just
and 3
hooking up
days
the
in.
entire time, but I would never do that
What
to
is
someone
that?
I love.
Yeah, I don't think that's a real airtight defense.
It's the truth!
Oh, Cassie,
Oh,
you're driving me
really?
nuts.
So did you stop
It's one
loving
thing
her?
to do what you did, and it's another thing to pretend you're all innocent and it's no big deal.
I'm just pointing out the facts.
Well, I'm pointing out the principle.
What principle?
The don't
Boyfriend
fuck your best
principle.
friend's boyfriend principle.
That is
tell you
what
that
I'm
you
trying to
know
tell you, Mom.
boyfriend and
They weren't
girlfriend
boyfriend and
does.
girlfriend. God! I don't care.
Oh Lord. Imagine living with her. I feel bad for her little sister. What is this?
I just want to die.
She's so cute though.
Well, a corkscrew ain't gonna cut it.
I really like the short here. How they made her far.
I told you.
I don't understand. I thought you hated
I
me.
know, right?
When I didn't know
Oh, so now you know him.
You
Because
literally
he's
known
been
him
inside you, you
forever.
think you know him.
Not like I do now.
What do you
When did
actually
you
know
start
about
sleeping
him?
together?
I don't know the exact date.
Okay, well, was it before or after New Year's?
I don't know.
Okay, well, for someone who's so obsessed with windows of time, I find that hard to believe.
Oh,
You're making me feel worse.
Do you even know why Fesco did what he did?
No, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Well, tell me.
Then tell me.
No, I'm not gonna tell you because you'll tell Nate.
No one does. She's so
You fell in
cute.
love with someone who spent years making
It's
fun
sad.
of you. It's sad.
You know, right? You keep sharing your nudes, saying you're a whore and whatever, and you fell in love with him.
Who said Nate was a bad person? Rue?
Oh God.
It doesn't matter.
Because if we want to talk about people, let's talk about Rue.
Rue's a good girl.
And I'm not.
I didn't say you're not a good girl. You said a very hard
God,
life.
life.
Not harder than my life or Lexi's life.
It's like she's just spiraling.
Right. Her dad died and ours just stopped calling. I don't know which is worse. And if
Yeah.
you were such a fucking loser with no self-respect, you drop her because she treats you like shit.
Enough! Enough!
What? I can't say it to her, but you two can say it to me?
I never said you didn't have any self-respect.
You
don't have
to feel it. She's nuts. It's the soul ties too. Like, look at how Nate is. And when you sleep with somebody, it's not just physical, like I keep saying. It's emotional, it's spiritual, it's mental. So whatever Nate has in him, whatever demons or whatever disorders that he has, any physical disorders becomes hers. Any mental disorders becomes hers. Like, they're literally two becomes one. I can't. So like somebody said, like with her, why she became obsessed with Nate, it's like he gave her the right amount of attention at the wrong time. So that's why she became so obsessed with him. So he was basically breadcrumbing her. You give her a little at a time, a little of his body, a little of telling her I love you, and then pull back, and then giving her more. So she kept craving that attention. And it was a wrong time because she was not healed. She didn't know who she was. She didn't know what she wanted. She also felt like, oh, with Nate, because he's the top dog of the school, he's not afraid of anybody's opinions. So even though her ex Mickey was kind of scared to claim her, especially to Nate, because she's this whore or whatever, who being seen everywhere, Nate does not mind claiming her. That's why she was hand in hand with her. Like, he does not care especially when he changed her to fit his liking. And to be honest, I feel like he was doing that more to show Maddy, to make it national, like to really pain her. That's what he was trying to do. I see a lot of comments on here trying to paint Cassie as a victim of Nate's narcissistic abuse, and as someone who was manipulated by him. People are using this as an excuse as to why she couldn't control herself and not betray her best friend, as if it wasn't her. She's not responsible. It was all Nate. Like she doesn't have a brain. Can we be real for a second? Yes, Nate is manipulative and a bad guy, but based on what we are actually shown about a relationship between these two characters, specifically in season 2 and not some headcanon, he did not manipulate Cassie. Cassie manipulated herself. He did not love Bombay. It's true. He did not even take her out on a date. They were just always in the room. What? They were both drinking. He approached with some half-ass flirty line. You're a relationship kind of girl. How is that even flirty? Next, they are in a car. I think when he said that, it made her feel like some approval, like validated, because he's the guy saying she's a hoe, and now he's calling her a relationship kind of girl. So it may make her feel, oh, he thinks I'm a hoe and he keeps making fun of me. So if he thinks I'm a relationship kind of girl, he thinks I'm wifey material kind of thing. Next, they are in a car and she's taking off her panties off with minimal dialogue. Yes, why was she doing that? I don't get it. They hook up in the bathroom and Cassie becomes extremely infatuated and spends most of the season chasing Nate. Meanwhile, Nate is dodging her calls and she's still actively pursuing him. Even though it's push and pull from him too. Maybe, I don't know if he actually regretted because he kept saying it was a mistake or whatever. But if he kept saying it was a mistake and she was like, okay, yes, it's also a mistake, and she was not so infatuated with him, like, I think it could have ended. It would have ended. So she's also to blame here. Nate tried to end it multiple times and she wouldn't accept it. Even during their fight, Cassie was being super manipulative after finding out Nate was talking to Maddy. So Cassie was saying she's not afraid of Maddy finding out, which was a lie, which backed him into a corner. He referred to it as blackmail. To be honest, his vocabulary is very limited. F this, F that, F this. Nate eventually gives in and Cassie basically becomes his sex slave or doormat, instantly without Nate having to do much at all. It's so true. She literally, he just has to say the word and then she's there. Like, she wants him that badly. Oh, that's so sad. He didn't love bomb her, take her on dates, buy her gifts, pursue her beyond a drive to a party. They haven't been shown to have any real conversations beyond sex and Maddy. I know some of you don't feel comfortable with this and want Cassie to be a victim of Nate to excuse her behavior, but Cassie has not yet been a victim of him. Not saying it won't happen in the future because of the way Nate is, but so far, based on what we've seen, it's all her choice. It's true, and I also think, yeah, he's breadcrumbing her. Nate is not, how do we say it, actively manipulating her or actively trying to get her to like him. So this is also a form of manipulation. You see, you're not actually actively saying I want you with me, whatever, but you are using small tactics, putting small tactics to get into her head. Especially when a person is so vulnerable, it's going to work. So whether he's conscious of it or not, there's still tactics there. He's not really full on love bombing her to get her to be attached to him. But since she has had sex with him and she seems to fall in love with every guy that she sleeps with, so since he knows that, and if he knows that, it's one of the tactics to get her to be hooked on him. And also he breadcrumbing her with little attentions and affections, and then accepting her back, saying it's a secret, things like that. All those kind of things will let especially a girl with low self-esteem with like Cassie be hooked on him. So I don't know if he's conscious of it or not, but seeing how manipulative Nate is, he probably is. I think this is an important and harsh reality to face. So many women trick themselves into falling for and even pursuing terrible men. True, right? Women want what they can't have. Like, girls. Meanwhile, the guy is doing the bare minimum and does not care. Look how quick Nate was to brush off Cassie after the play. He does not respect her. With the way they got together, he probably would never fully respect her, even if they do get back together. Yeah. He's like, you go with your best friend's boyfriend. He keeps saying that to her so many times.
Callie steals Marta's boyfriend?
I don't know how many times I have to say this, they were not fucking together. Yeah, not only that, but she was fucking him the entire time Marta was talking about getting back together with him.
They started fighting on stage.
Because Hallie's a two-faced cunt.
You're the guy!
All this over some guy. Good for nothing guy. May never be us. Oh. This thing, she banged her head on the wall. Even though they know this guy's not deserving of this.
That's funny.
He broke up with me. Again, 1,000 times. This is scary. This is just the beginning. He keeps breaking up with her for leverage. So because he knows he can pick her up anytime. Like waste good. So of course he's going to do that to her again. He's like Cassie did to Money. If Cassie gets a new best friend, he's going to do it, and he'll feel justified because you did that to your best friends, who or even her sister. So who are you to say anything? If Cassie did not have daddy issues and trying to find love in all the wrong places, in all the wrong guys, all this will not happen. No, like she has the love and the backing of her father. She knows that her father is there for her. She won't try to find her in other guys and be in such a situation. But even if her father is there, like there are so many girls who have present fathers but still have daddy issues, because the root core of finding love is finding love in God. We all have a gap, like a space, that no matter how much riches you get, no matter how much of your goals you perform, no matter how much girls or guys you get, you still have like an empty space that needs to be filled, a void. And that is God. God put a void in us, that missing void, and that only He can fill that void. Because of a few minutes of pleasure, you get depressed, you get anxious, you get fearful. Yo, this is really not worth it. Like, that toxic guy, let him go. So it brings her both pleasure and pain. So if she's going through the pain, might as well just carry on with the pleasure, because she's lost everybody that's important to her anyway.
You able to do this and not tell anybody?
Yes.
And yet she's so depressed because she's not even showering. And this girl was using 3 hours to get ready for him. So if she's not doing it for him, she does not want to do it anymore. The girl, look at how he's treating you. He doesn't want to be seen anywhere near you. He doesn't.
Hello?
Don't ever put that in writing again.
So even if her father was there and she did not really specifically have daddy issues, there will probably be other issues that needs to be filled by God. And that's why you need to find God today, people. And I'll put a link above about how to have a relationship with God. List the things that made Cassie do what she was doing. So emotional vulnerability, number 1. So she was basically emotionally vulnerable, and so she had a hard time doing abortion, hard time with her boyfriend. Like she didn't know where it was going, and the guy Daniel saying that she's only her body is worth it. So she was very emotionally vulnerable then, and she seemed to be quite tipsy. She wanted to be loved and would seek it in anybody's arms, and she was attracted to him. So if it was any other guy that she was not very attracted to, it may have been hard. It may have happened, but it may not have been hard. But since it was neat, showing her some attention, when he would usually just mock her, she was like, oh, okay, this is worth a shot. Let's see what Maddy wants so badly that she keeps going back. All these kind of scenarios may have played out in her head. And then number 3, confusion. She may be doing all that because she's actually confused, or it's such an impulsive reaction that she did not really think of the consequences. That's why when she was doing it with him, she was in the moment, she felt pleasure, she was happy. And then Maddy started banging the door. She was like, oh, heck no. Now reality has set in. Like whatever drunkenness or whatever was going on with her, she forgot at that point. Daddy issues, like I said before. She felt like Maddy and Nate were not good for each other anyway. She kept saying it numerous times. I don't know why she thinks she and Nate would be better suited, but okay. She kept saying it, so she feels like if she's doing this, then it does not matter because they are not suited for each other, so they shouldn't be together. So if I'm with him, I might be better off for him. Like he said, she brought a better side out of him. I don't know what they're talking about. Like I said, all what Maddy needs to have right now is true love. And how will she get a true love? From God. And how will she know what true love actually is, even if she sees it? Guys, I know it might be hard for Cassie and it might be hard for you too. So I've made a free ebook for you, and I'll put some screenshots here so that you see how it looks like on my website. There's the link in the bio. You just have to click it, and all for you. To do that, you need to sign up to become part of the newsletter, and you become officially a Royal Babe. Plus, you get a free ebook on how to find true love and find it abundantly. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. For God so loved you that He gave His only Son, so you and I will believe in Him and not perish, but have everlasting life.